You can do one of two things. You could see what that invite does, or you can go to YouTube and look up my channel. Channel is my first and last name, Stone Mabry. Yep, my stream is up right now. There's gonna be two Stone Mabry channels. It's the one with the capitals. Capital S and capital M. I should have one subscriber, and I'm pretty sure I know who the one subscriber is too. Did you find it? It hasn't been. Yeah, it's up right now. It hasn't been. Yeah, it's up right now. It hasn't been. Yeah, it's up right now. Like, are you on the YouTube app right now? On the YouTube app? Maybe that'll help. I just sent you the link. Maybe that'll help out, hopefully. Well, there you go. So you can see the title screen and all that. You can hear me talking. Okay, cool. Oh, I never realized I sounded that white. Oh well. So this is the just the weird loading screen that you have for a little bit for no reason. This is a thing that's in the game, but they never explain it. I'm pretty sure I know what some of these are. Like, I know that's the Sapphire Star at the top, and I know that's Nergigante in the middle, where that breath thing is. Underneath of it is, Valhazak, not Valhazak. But, that's Xenojiva. And then you've got the boat guys, that's the guy that you meet in the story, and, yeah, all that stuff.
Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build a stair.
I put the language in English so you wouldn't have to read.
I like it.
I play this game in Japanese.
The rest of the fifth are already here. You're the last to arrive.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite fucking handler over there. The handler.
Maybe tape up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it.
Be right back.
Oh, my friend complains about the sinking in this game,
Well, we couldn't find you
but
two. We were
he doesn't realize that
He scared us.
that Monster
We were
Hunter
talking
has
about
its own
going out to look
fake
for you.
language that they made, and
Well, then
the
I'm
lips are
glad.
synced for that, not English or Japanese or any other language.
Come on.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
Well, yeah, because they have their own fucking fake
at all the
language,
people.
Monster Hunter language, which is a weird combination of like English and French and Japanese
We've got it
like
all
mashed
here.
together.
We've got hunters to do all the
It's
exploring,
kind of weird.
scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the commission. Wait here a sec. Commander, I found him.
I mean, English is a fucking mashup of a billion languages. English isn't one language, it's 3 languages stacked on top of each other in a trench coat.
Welcome to Astera.
Okay, so this guy's cool, but his grandson, the guy we were just talking to, is like every local brother you ever met.
Your reputations precede you.
You know what I mean? He's just very gung ho, very like, oh, sup? How you doing?
I'll
This
give you
guy.
the grand tour. Let's start by looking for your pallet code.
You know what I mean? He's
This
super
is our
friendly
stockpile.
for no fucking
Here are most
reason.
of the basic necessities.
Like most local guys are. They're friendly for no reason, unless you piss them off. Let me run.
Next is the smithy. It's this way.
That's kind of why. Oh,
Over here.
yeah. I want to move to Oregon mainly because I like the Aloha spirit. You know, it's nice.
You're with the Commission's 5th Fleet, right?
That's kind of why I hate
The old
walking
man in
around
charge, my
work,
grandfather, was with the
like
first.
walking around Ward,
That was a long
because
time ago.
fucking
Me,
a lot of white people driving around. No aloha.
born and bred right here. Never even been to the old world. Here's our smithy.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
where you can craft weapons and armor.
yeah.
You'll be here a lot.
Wow! Look at this place. Want to check it out?
I love Monster Hunter because of how everything looks crazy, but also looks super like possible. You know what I mean?
Next up is the canteen. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Wanna get going?
The canteen? I'm
It's
so
crazy but possible. Yeah. I mean, look. Okay, when we get a free chance, I gotta show you the elevator system they have going on in this game,
Over here.
because it's something I would definitely put in a dwarven like set piece.
This here's our canteen.
Hey, over there.
Look, it's my cat.
Hey, you!
His name is Nekotaro.
I knew you'd pull through.
Yes, he's adorable and fierce.
Right. They're calling for a council. Come on.
Of course they're calling for a council, you plick.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council. After tracking a migrating elder dragon across the sea, the 5th Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's
Okay, see
core
that guy
team.
sitting in the
We
background?
all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
That guy?
Now, down to
He's
business.
been in every Monster Hunter game.
The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing.
And he started off
Known
as like a
Zora
fucking
Master,
novice
Research
hunter in the
Commission's
first one,
job
and
is
then
to
now
discover
he's
exactly
called the
why-
Master Hunter or something like that.
Since the dawn of time.
Mhm.
Ecosystem
Oh, that's
reshaping
the chef,
land,
by the way,
leaving
that cat.
disaster in their wake. once every
He's the
decade or
Meowscular
so they
chef.
flock to this continent. But for what reason?
All of the
With
dude,
the Fifth's help,
all of the
we will
Palicos
find
talk
the
in
missing
cat
link.
puns.
Here,
So
Now we're talking.
Hunters, for the time
so
being,
like in
I need
the
you to
previous
focus on
game,
start by
it
investigating
was
the
the
Jagex' habitat.
Gormew.
Find out what makes him tick, and we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Yeah,
Everyone else, you know the drill.
it was the
Make sure those hunters
Gormew,
have
and then
everything
there
they
was
Now we're talking.
I
You two,
forgot the other one.
make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good.
You heard him. Stick with
Mm.
me and you'll have no...
The Fifth's banner promises a change in
Dude.
the wind. All right, dismiss.
Even if you don't love cats, you'll love Palicos because they're so goddamn adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could have your
Over
armor,
here.
buddy. It looks so good. Okay, cool. I would say Dragoon armor, but you can already get it. Like, you can straight up just get Final Fantasy Dragoon armor. Because there was a
We've placed some
crossover.
basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
Yay, equipment. We've got leather. It doesn't look like it protects against shit. You've got chainmail, which also doesn't look like it protects against shit. And we got Origin, which actually looks like it will protect you from some shit. You got the one side, you got the metal. The other side, you got the dragon bone, the dragon scales and shit. Oh, dude, this
How's it
game
going?
has a little something for everybody when it comes to armors. Like, you got Rathian, which looks very, you know,
You can
like
get more familiar with your weapons. at the
some
training area.
one
Let's
of
talk
the
about
sets
how to
looks
get
like
started.
European, like British kind of knights. One set looks more French. And then you got Rathalos, which anime. And then you've got Great Gyros, which looks like a plague doctor. You got there's a little something for everybody.
Okay, let's run through the hunting basics. First, ready your weapons.
I like the regular knight armor. Okay.
The sword and shield is a close-range weapon set that focuses on agility and dodging, and it's great for beginners.
So, sword and shield. This is the basic bitch fucking hunting weapon. It's good at everything, not great at anything either. You saw that. Yeah, you saw that move I did, that hop back. So that allows you to get up to the air, so then you can try to mount the monster. You know, you got pretty basic stuff. You got some shield. So you got your chops that do slashing damage. You got your shield stuff that does bashing damage. You know, real basic.
You can use the item box to manage your...
Yeah, I know, dumb bitch. I'm a veteran. Then we got the iconic hunting weapon with a great sword. This thing
The great sword
is
a powerful
meaty.
Though attacks leave
The
you
thing
wide
I
open,
love
the payoff is well worth it.
about Monster Hunter is, with other Japanese games, you take something like this and you'd swing it around like it's fucking weightless, but not in this game. In this game, I would like you to, just watching it, you can feel the weight of that. You know what I mean? You can see it's. Oh, fuck, this thing's probably like 200. So, this thing has a charge system, so you do a charged up strike. You do second level charge strike. Then you do the true charge strike. Oh, with the kick? You want to see the kick? I'll show you the kick. It's the most overpowered attack. Yeah. It actually is, you wouldn't think it's really useful, but it actually is pretty useful. If you're trying to do small amounts of damage to try to knock out the monster, because it does 5 points of actual damage, and then it does like 50 points of knockout damage. So it's really good when you actually go into the breakdown of how it works. This is Longsword. It's one of the many weeby weapons.
The long sword is
I mean,
a
look
close-range
at it.
weapon designed for cutting attacks. Gather your spirit to increase its power.
Yeah. This thing gets even weebier in the update, because you can then put it into that iconic samurai stance in like the animes and stuff like that, and when the monster hits you, you fucking you go into this counter slash thing. I'm trying to remember how to do the fucking helm splitter. I swear you have to press the triangle button. Insect Glaive's pretty good. What? Okay, this is actually starting to annoy me now. Because I don't remember how to do the helm splitter. Yeah, it's a thing you kind of just have to figure out, and I don't remember what it was. Because that's Foresight Slash. That's Spirit Thrust. So what the was it? It's not. I just don't remember. I don't use this weapon anyway. I mean, I do, but I also don't. If that makes sense. It's more of if someone isn't using it and we need someone to do high damage, then I'll do it. This is the second weeby weapon.
The dual blades
Two
are
knives.
close-range weapons made for hitting prey with a flurry of attacks. Demon mode is super strong, but it eats up stamina.
It doesn't do a lot of damage, like on hit, but like it does a lot of damage over time. Yeah. Ah, okay. So, demon mode. So it increases your damage, makes you do fancier attacks, gives you this mode too, where you have your weapons that are buffed because you were in demon mode previously. So now you do some better attacks. So again, it doesn't yeah, it's not super effective or anything. They're just kind of a thing. They're good in their own right. It's just not a personal favorite of mine. I like practical. So my favorite weapons are the hunting horn, the lance, the charge blade, and the bow. I like practical weapons, things that will keep me fighting safer. So, got the hammer.
The hammer is a mighty close
And as Joe Cat said, you're pretty much never going to use this. You're pretty much never going to use this. You're mostly just going to be doing this. You're mostly going to be using charge attacks or charge combos. It's just like the most effective things to use. Hammer is pretty straightforward. Smack it. Did the monster not fall over? Well, smack it harder. Now, hunting horn is what happens when you take a support weapon and a hammer and this is the baby that happens. So this is a giant bagpipe. I'll just address that now.
The hunting horn
it is a giant bagpipe.
Support weapon that plays status buffing melodies.
Okay, so if I do this, and then that, now I can play a song. So I do damage when I play the song. Yeah. Yeah. I love this weapon. It doesn't seem practical until you actually use it, because you're getting fairly decent hits. Like 18, 19 damage a hit, that's not terrible. And then also, you're giving buffs to not only yourself, but your entire team. It's a bard's fucking weapon, you know? How could I ignore this? And, like, I don't have to run away to go and fucking play the song. I can just fucking smack the thing and then play at the same time. And also, there's a secret hidden effect of the hunting horn that nobody realizes unless you actually dig into the game's fucking data. If you play enough songs, it'll make the monster fall asleep. It'll also draw the monster's aggro, because it'll track the noise, but, like, you play enough songs, it'll just fall asleep. Got the lance. It's a pretty standard weapon, you know, not too much too much special about it.
The lance is a close range.
But also,
with
look at how huge it is.
Guard while waiting for a chance to strike.
This is how you use the lance. This is what you do. You just guard advance, poke, poke, counter poke, poke into the monster. Then you can do this. You can do the fucking greatest thing in the world. Yeah. It's better than the gun lance, honestly. Everyone's like, the gun lance is great. It's not. It's pretty bad. Out of all the combo weapons, it's the worst combo weapon. Cause like, everyone's like, oh, but you can shoot things. Not really. You can shoot things that are you can shoot something that's like a foot in front of you. That's your range. That is the range of this thing. Like a foot in front of you. So you know, you get your thrusts. But like, basic combo. What is it? My favorite way to use it is. Then you get the worm stake cannon. It's a very meh weapon. Yeah, everyone was like, oh, it's gonna be like Squall's sword, and then no. Yeah. It's bad. Honestly, I wish it were better. I wish it were better. Now we start getting into the cool 2-in-1 weapons. This is the switch axe. So
the switch axe has two forms:
axe form
and sword. You can power
sword
up the
form.
sword attacks by injecting them with file energy.
Also, I just love how clean that animation is. Yeah. So this thing, it's not super meaty. Well, not in this form, at least. So this is your main damage dealing attack. When the monster is downed, you that's better range. Yep. Then you do a morph sweep. So now you're in the sword form, so you get your sword combo. And then you can do an elemental discharge. This is actually lighter. Because you can swing this a hell of a lot faster. Look at that. I think because of the moving parts, they had to look. I mean, you can see that the axe head is hollow for the most part. So yeah, and then we get to one of my favorite weapons of all time, Charge Blade. This is what happens if you took a fucking sword and shield and a fucking great axe and fucking this is their baby.
Sword and axe.
So
Store up energy
this
in
is
a
sword
file,
form.
Then release it through the axe.
That's axe form. This thing is about the same weight as the fucking great sword. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. So, first things first. Your basic attacks are to charge your shield, or to charge up files, so that you can get that frickin' SED, which is Super Elemental Discharge. So now we have the shield. So now we have stocked energy. So what we're gonna do now, not that. What we're gonna do is we're going to do the Super Elemental Discharge. No, we're gonna do this, the Super Elemental Discharge, and we're gonna cancel that. And now it's charged our shield. And then if we wait. There's a thing. What's it? Okay, it's No, 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 no. There's a thing where you can charge the sword. I just don't remember how to do it. Okay, I gotta actually mentally try to remember, because the button inputs are kind of weird for it. Okay, I remember how to do it. Okay, I gotta build up energy again. Okay, that's not it. Okay, I might actually have to look how to boost the sword, because I forget.
For sword, first you have to have a powered-up shield. That is a prerequisite. Then while in sword mode, hold R2, followed by circle, and then during the charge-up animation, briefly hold down triangle until your sword...
Okay, so let's do this again. There we go. So now the sword does more damage, and it has elemental damage. Then we can charge the files, and then our shield is also ready to go, so that we can do this. You didn't see it, but it left a wake of destruction. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do it so you can actually see it. It is a move that you're probably rarely gonna ever actually land because the animation for it is so goddamn big, but yeah. But I like this weapon because it's actually big enough, the shield, so if I guard, if a monster has anything that flashes, I won't get knocked down. If the monster roars, I won't be stunned if I guard. This thing, it's one of the few weapons that can do that. I think the lance can also do that. I don't think the gun lance can, because the gun lance is terrible and you should never use it. We got the insect glaive. It's not a bad weapon per se. It's just a very niche weapon. It fills a very specific niche, and that niche being this. That's pretty much all it's there for. For when they added monster mounting, they needed a weapon that was able to mount the monster. So boom. Its combos aren't super great. It's one of those low damage, high damage per second. It's got a lot of flashy, spinny moves. And then obviously you also can do the whole No. Now you've got all three. So now you've got combos are faster, they do a little bit more damage, they're a little bit flashier. This also applies to your air combo. Look at that fucking bullshit. Insect Glaive, fun. Niche, but fun. Got the light bowgun. Probably my favorite of the bowguns. Again, damage not super spectacular.
For quick attacks and maneuverability.
So this is critical distance. You can tell you're in critical distance because there's a circle within your reticle. But oh, the crossbow. Yeah, it's in this. It's really hard to get, but it's in this. So the beauty of the light bowgun is you can use a lot of ammo types. Mostly, though, you can use a lot of status ammo types. So like poison. You got slicing. You got your your poison too. You get your trank ammo. Yeah. You got your spread. Get your sticky. Sticky bombs. Now, the beauty of the heavy bowgun is it's, and I cannot emphasize this enough, thick. It's so big you have to fold it in half to put it on your back. But if you unsheath it,
bowgun is a high-powered ranged weapon. It does a lot of damage. And
look
lets
at
you
it
use more
and
powerful
appreciate
ammo.
its glory. I do not like this weapon because first of all, you move slow, and look at its dodge roll. I don't like that. There's not a lot of control in it because A, it's slow, and then you also have that momentum, so you have to move after you roll. So yeah, because you're using a gigantically heavy weapon. All the heavy weapons have sloppy dodge rolls. But, you hit quite a bit harder than the light bowgun. You have access to some different ammo types as well. Like cluster, my favorite ammo type. And you're about to see why. It's a mortar. You also get wyvern ammo. I didn't show you the mines on the light bowgun because they're terrible. Wyvern ammo is for close range. It's the wyvern's fire from the gun lance. So another reason why you shouldn't use gun lance. Yeah, am I gonna keep hating on gun lance? You're absolutely fucking right. But the reason I like the heavy bowgun is because of this. You can load special ammo, and for most metal gun lances, your special ammo is called Wyvern's Heart. And this is what Wyvern's Heart looks like. Bone ones have Wyvern Snipe, which is one really big sniper shot that does a fuck ton of damage, but it's not nearly as cool. And it does more damage. This does more damage to parts, so you can actually break shit off with that. Yep. Exactly. And then you have my favorite ranged weapon. This takes a lot of skill to use.
The bow is a ranged weapon you can charge. Focus on your distance while loosing arrows.
You got your standard hit, level 2 charge, you fire 2 arrows, level 3, 3. And some bows have level 4, this one doesn't. You can also just fire in rapid succession to get the 3. You have your dodge. If you're dodging while aiming, it'll charge you to the next level automatically. And then so if I do that, so this is the cluster shot. So this doesn't do a lot of damage, it does like 1 damage per each hit, but again, it's more for breaking parts or knocking out the monster. Your reel, and you got your special shot, it's just a quick shot, it doesn't really do anything. So, this is the real fun bit of the bow. The Dragon Piercer. It's a rocket-propelled arrow. It goes all the way through the monster, so if you hit it from the base and go all the way through the tail, it does a fuck ton of damage. But also just look at how big this thing is. Look at how big that bow is. Look at how far you draw it back, too. Ah. It's not spectacular. I mean, if you apply a coating to it, it's a little bit better. Again, not spectacular, but still fun. For the sake of this playthrough, I'm probably going to go and use all the weapons at different times, depending. But what weapon do you think I should use for the first big monster? The first big monster's kind of a pushover. He's basically an oversized iguana. I like it. It's just I don't like the roll. The roll sucks. Other than that, it's a great weapon. I can use it really well. Out of all of these weapons, the only weapon I can't use at all to save my goddamn life is the fucking dual blades. I'm terrible with them. Everything else I'm really good at using. It's just I don't like certain things about them, especially the gun lance. It can go eat a dick. It's real dumb. It's like props to anyone who can use it effectively. It's just there's things that do its job better. If you want a thrusting weapon, go with the lance. If you want to use fucking wyvern fire without having the cooldown, you go with the fucking bowgun, the heavy bowgun, because you can have 5 and you don't have to have the cooldown. You just have to load another fucking shell in and then you're fucking ready to go. The gun lance is just stupid. I mean, granted, in the new update, you're actually going to be able to load slinger ammo into it, and then you can actually hit shit from a range. So, you can also do that with the bow, but the bow, it's going to be different, where it's like, you're going to combine your arrow with the ammo, with the slinger ammo that you put into it, and it's going to, like, have different effects. It's going to be more like a status thing. Yeah, the new stuff they're doing with slingers in the new update is fucking cool. Like, with the fucking greatsword, you grapple onto the monster, you fucking stab the greatsword into its neck, and then you actually see them kick off of the monster to use their full weight to push the blade through. It's such a clean animation. It's called Iceborne, but they just should have called it Monster Hunter World Maximum Style. Because, dude, everything's super stylistic and fucking beautiful. Like, oh, it's so good. Like, the hammer... Okay, to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, because I don't know if you know this move, but the hammer has a fun little move that it can do. So, you can do this. Okay, so, that wall run thing, that spinny move, so, its grapple move with the clutch claw is it grapples onto the monster and does that, and then that's how it gets onto the monster. When it actually gets onto the monster, it does a fucking heavy slam onto the monster's fucking head and does a backflip off. Yeah. The bow grapples on, slashes the monster's face with an arrow, fucking and then plants a fucking like an explosive thing or whatever, does a backflip off, and then shoots it with the bow. It's fucking awesome. I love it. And that's why I'm hyped. This it comes out in September though, so and they released all like 14 weapon teasers, 3 trailers in fucking like 2 weeks. They teased one of my favorite monsters too. They teased Glavenus, which is, imagine, okay, a T-Rex with a tail that is a sword, and its teeth are whetstones that it sharpens its tail on. It is so badass. And its variants are the fucking Fire Glavenus. So, this one, its tail is also on fire. And the Hellblade Glavenus, in which, when it's enraged, its tail glows bright ass fucking red and emits steam and looks so cool. And people wonder why I love this game series. Some of my friends don't get it. They're like, oh, what do you do in it? You hunt monsters. But what else do you do? You hunt monsters. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So this is the elevator system. So, it has chains, it has this little pedestal with a footstep. You grab onto the pole, you hook it onto one of those hooks, pulls you up, brings you down. I imagine this in a dwarven complex. I think it would be pretty good. What do you think? I believe it is steam powered somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of big cranks and stuff like that. Oh no, everything's water powered. That's right. Yeah, see, it's a giant water wheel. Giant water wheels everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's pretty good as a concept. This is the Meowscular Chef. I wasn't joking. That's what he's called in game. Meowscular Chef. Look at him. He's taller than an average palico. Also, that's what they're called. They're called palicos. Your little cat buddies. Yeah.
Right on time.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't like you. Nobody likes you. You're annoying. This whole... Most of the time we have to hunt big monsters is because she decided to go run in and she doesn't have a weapon, so... Yeah. She's real dumb. Yeah, eat a meal. Pay with money. Nah, she does. Well, yeah, she does say that, but like that. I want to eat his food so bad. presentation, bruh. It's all about that presentation. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? This is the small meal. The big meal is like a thing of lobster bisque, a huge fucking steak, a fucking plate of fried rice with oysters and shit. Fucking gets ridiculous. Is it awesome? Fuck yes. I would eat as much as I could, and then pass out from the ensuing pain of being too full. I'd be just laying there, oh, my stomach! And everybody would be laughing like, shut up! I would not eat the food that,
All right. This is our first
that,
Let's do a
Chi-Chi
quick
makes
review
for
of past
Goku.
rules.
Or milk, if you watch the Japanese. She buys horse
Rule
meat.
number 1. Each quest has an objective.
Because
You
that,
can't
yeah,
consider
because
the
that's how
quest
much,
done until you complete
that's
that
how much
objective.
Goku and his sons eat.
Our current
She has
objective
to buy
is
the
to
cheap
eliminate
stuff.
A specified number of jaggers. Let's check them out.
I don't
We
care.
ran into some
Yeah,
jaggers on the way to base.
I
The
don't
small monsters, remember?
care.
I think we saw them somewhere around
suck.
here. Want to check it out?
Fuck off.
Rule number 2. Use the supply box. The commission supplies
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
They're in the supply box.
No, 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 no.
Have a look and decide what you should take along.
Decide what I'll
Yeah.
take along. That. It
partner.
really doesn't matter. What does matter is I have a net, and I see things I can catch.
Want to get going?
Don't you disturb them.
Uh-huh.
Ah. Yes, got it.
Be careful.
Okay, so there's endemic life. You can catch them and have them as pets in your room. Oh, also, barbecue minigame.
Timing is everything. The color of the meat and the song are clues. Oops, your timing was off. Guess
Shut
you
up.
need to keep grilling your grilling.
This game is different from the other ones.
Nice. That looks so tasty.
Also, it doesn't say, ooh, tasty. It just, like, gives you a little more song. Yeah. But they also made this animation longer because you can move around while doing stuff now. Yeah, they made a lot of animations longer because you can move around now. Also, Aptonauts need.
Ready your weapon before attacking. Keep in mind that what you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn. When you're investigating or gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions on the wildlife map for you.
This game, like, really oversimplified a lot of stuff, and that kind of made me upset and also happy for some things. Like, potions are now just herb. You don't need blue mushroom. Yeah, blue mushroom, I think, is for something. I just don't remember what.
You can gather honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
Yeah, they really oversimplified this game, and it kind of made me upset.
Over here!
Yeah, fucking, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this longer than you, Sonny.
Jaguars. Those are the monsters we're after.
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own.
Where's your mama? I don't care about you guys. Where's your mama?
They're on the run. Don't let them get away. Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them at the smithy.
I know, Sonny. I've been playing since the first one. You weren't even alive then. Granted, you're not even alive now, but fuck off. It's my game.
Over here!
You don't... Just crazy Nicolas Cage face. Oh yeah, you don't need pickaxes or fucking, bug nets now. They just give you an infinite one. As I said, they oversimplified the game. This game is actually like super easy, and a lot of my friends who picked it up never playing a Monster Hunter game before are like, "Oh, this game's hard." I was like, "No, it's not.
Dodge their attack.
You have no idea what you're talking about."
Your weapon is losing its sharpness.
Yeah, fucking I know. Shut up.
Look out! Your health is low. Keep your distance and use a potion.
You know, sometimes their advice is like fine. Other times it's like, shut up. Exactly.
Don't try to engage a monster when your health is low. It's smarter to focus on healing.
Keep it together, okay? Okay, let's head home and report back to the old man.
Now I have pet options for my room. There's also another game I've been playing a lot recently. I've been playing Skyforge a lot. You heard of Skyforge? It's an MMO where you play as a god. And like, you know, you help people. And like, people pray to you, and that's how you get stronger. That's how you get higher ranking and might. And then the more followers you... Once you have enough followers, then you access your divine form, in which you become like a giant and like actually look like a god. It's actually pretty cool. It's for PS4 and it's free. It's fun. And it looks pretty good too. I think my character actually has his, not his divine form, but he has a holy form, which is different. It's different. It's more, because you don't turn giant, but you become like kind of angelic and or demon-ish, because my character is both a healer and then also, on the other hand, has a DPS form where he's a necromancer. So yeah. And then your group of friends, when you create a guild, it's not called a guild, it's called a pantheon. Yeah. So I had a pantheon because all my friends were playing it and they just stopped one day. But like, I was the head, like I was the chief deity of the pantheon.
Listen up.
I was, you know, the light god of healing and stuff like that, and protection. And then one of my friends was the warrior god. One of my other friends was like the bard. They all do magic. I could show you, actually. I don't know if I'd have to stop the stream and start another stream. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Yes, my friend. I would like to place pets in my room. So, on the floor, we can either have a hare. Look at it. It's adorable. Or we're going to have flashlights. Adorable in a different right. You just got an orb of light flying around your room. I like these hares. They're fucking adorable. In the next room we can get, there's an aquarium. So you can even catch fish in this game. And you can catch some pretty fucking huge ones. Like, you can catch, what is it called? I forget what it's called, but, like, it's fucking huge, and it's like, you ever seen, like a big, like a mahi-mahi, like some of the huge ones people catch sometimes? Like that big. Like, huge. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons I love this game. There's a few reasons I don't like this game. Don't like how it's oversimplified. Don't like... Okay, so... I understand that they had to simplify the armor system for new players. The armor system used to be there was Gunner armor and Blade Master armor.
Alright.
Blade Master was for Blade Masters and had skills for Blade Masters, and then there was Gunner, which was good for Gunners. So, now, you kinda just have armor, and there's not a lot of difference between the armors, usually.
There you are, fine.
Like, until you get to the higher ranks, then you start to see stuff that looks different, but like, yeah. I was kinda disappointed. Upgrade equipment. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Yeah. So, with weapons, you've got metal and you got bone. Metal, less damage, better sharpness. Bone, better damage, worse sharpness. So, with metal, you're not going to be sharpening as often, but you're not going to be doing as much damage. Bone, you're going to be doing more damage, but you're going to have to sharpen way more. Really depends on your, on your flavor of sharpening. Yeah, so you get Charge Blade in bone. Look at it. Look at it. Looks like a fucking Ammonite on my back. Just fucking menacing Ammonite. Made of fucking bone. Ammonite. Kabuto is what we call it in Japan. Armor, I don't think there's many armor options right now. Got leather. Chainmail. Hunter armor. Look at this. I like this so much. Get the shoulder cape going. Just... It's busy, but in a good way. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes you'll see an armor in a game and it's too busy? Like, it doesn't really feel realistic, but this looks good because of how busy it is. There's a lot going on, but it makes it feel appropriate. Like, he's got rope. He's got rope there to climb. He's got his fucking pouches for his stuff. He's got throwing knives. Looks good. And then you got shit like this, where you're... Yeah. This is one of two armors where you're basically naked. You can also forge gear for your palico. Got leather on him right now. You can get bone. Get alloy. Little kitty knight. Look at this. It's adorable. I don't know why there's ear holes, but there's ear pockets in the helmet. I don't know why. It's just super cute. And look, it has a bell. There's a bell and it actually moves. And I actually do think it jingles when he runs. But yeah, you got bone, leather. I actually like the leather armor. It looks really cute. Got a little ribbon. Looks like he's gonna go to school or something in an anime. You can also manage Kinsects. So, the thing with Kinsects is you can nurture Kinsects. So when you nurture a Kinsect, you can level it up, and then at later points it'll actually start to evolve and look different. And then you can also purchase Kinsects, you know, buy them. You got Coldrone, which does slicing, Maldrone, which does blunt. You can also customize bowguns. So, let's mod up some bowguns. Light bowgun. How's the recoil on this one right now? Average. If I added, it's not super great. Reload assist doesn't really matter. Okay, so deviation is a good thing. Because if I get it, it'll automatically go to no deviation. But if I throw on an attack range up, it does more damage, and it has a low deviation already, so it doesn't really matter. Attack. Okay, so usually my first option with heavy bowguns is to put a shield on it, so then I can actually guard myself and not take as much damage. But we're gonna go fight a fucking big thing now. We're gonna go fight a fucking big iguana, and we're gonna go make it our bitch.
Ah. You can pick up quests from the quest board too.
No.
It lists the same quests that I've got, so don't worry about having to check two places.
It's like oh, one of my okay, so my group recently just had a fucking TPK. It was hilarious. Do you want to guess what the TPK was? So, backstory. Dwarf in my party is carrying a big barrel of gunpowder because he intends to make bombs later. They get into a fight with was a revenant, right? Mage in my party is charging up some like getting at a far enough distance to cast his spells. Bard starts performing, trying to get buffs to damage. And we've got a fighter in the corner doing fighter things. And the mage casts Firebolt, fails his roll, gets a nat 1. So he fires the firebolt. It doesn't go on target. Hits the dwarf's powder keg. The dwarf rolls for if the powder keg ignites. The powder keg blows the fuck up. The bard can't stop it, and because he was boosting damage to the firebolt, the explosion is huge and kills everybody.
Okay, our job is to cull a certain number of Kestodon. Recently,
That
the numbers have been getting out of hand.
Was
Want to get going?
the fucking hugest thing. Do you work tomorrow? Why?
Be careful.
You fell asleep. You fell asleep on me. But let's see if I can keep streaming without